Some names are remembered because they ruled. Others are remembered because they changed what power looked like. Haile Selassie is one of the few who did both. This is the story of Tafari Makonnen, the man the world would come to know as Haile Selassie. He was born in 1892 in Ethiopia into a noble family that traced his lineage back to King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. In Ethiopia, that lineage wasn't just tradition, it was legitimacy. From childhood, Tafari was trained in politics, languages, religion, and diplomacy, raised inside a system that believed Ethiopia was not meant to be ruled by outsiders. And that mattered because Ethiopia was one of the only African nations to resist European colonization. As a young man, Tafari rose quickly through the imperial courts. In 1930, he was crowned Emperor Haile Selassie, a name that means power of the Trinity. He wasn't just a symbol, he pushed a constitution, expanded education, invested in infrastructure, and tried to modernize an ancient empire. Then came the real test. In 1935, fascist Italy invaded Ethiopia. The world expected Ethiopia to fall. Instead, Selassie went to the League of Nations and delivered a historic warning. If fascism wasn't stopped in Africa, it would spread everywhere. The world ignored him. History didn't. After years of exile, Selassie returned in 1941 with Allied support and reclaimed his throne. Ethiopia became a symbol of African resistance. Later, he helped found the Organization of African Unity, turning Addis Ababa into the center of Pan-African politics. His influence went beyond politics. When news of his coronation reached Jamaica in 1930, it sparked the Rastafari movement, which saw him as a symbol of black dignity and African sovereignty. In 1966, when he visited Jamaica, the welcome was so massive, it became legend. Through Bob Marley and reggae, Selassie's name reached millions who never opened a history book in their life. But Selassie's story isn't heroic from every angle. Inside Ethiopia, many people lived under feudal inequality. Land was concentrated in elite hands. Rural poverty remained extreme. In the early 1970s, famine killed thousands while the government tried to hide it. To students, workers, and soldiers, Selassie began to look out of touch and unwilling to reform fast enough. And in Eritrea, the anger ran even deeper. After World War II, Eritrea had its own autonomy. In 1962, Selassie dissolved its parliament and annexed it into Ethiopia. That decision helped ignite a 30-year war. For many Eritreans, Selassie wasn't a symbol of African unity. He was the man who took their self-rule away. In 1974, the military overthrew him. In 1975, Haile Selassie died in custody under circumstances still debated. An emperor without a throne, a symbol without an empire. To Ethiopia, he helped build the modern state. To Africa, he was an early voice of unity. To Rastafari, a spiritual reference point. To history, a reminder that symbols and reality don't always match. So here's the real question. If Haile Selassie represented African dignity to the world, why did so many of his own people feel forgotten at home? And as always, let me know your thoughts in the comments below.